Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's reads. My YouTube channel is James13 Wicca, in case you're seeing this video somewhere else on YouTube. For the main part of the read, I'm using Astro Matrix Tarot by... I bring my blank. I don't know. Is this the one that's from... The website in the back is Astro Matrix. Some of these... They come forward in different ways. I don't know if this one had a creator or if it was listed that way, but there's astromatrix.com, nope, .org. Check that out if you're interested in this deck. I want to say this is one of those that doesn't list the creator, but I could be crazy. Supportive Oracle Cards, Your Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. On the back is rockpoolpublishing.com, .au is an apple, use an umbrella. And, of course, the dice. You get the dice from the Dice Shop by Math Art Fun. I don't know if it's showing up there. Hopefully it's showing up. I'm going to try to do this. I have to get my ducks in a row to do these things differently. But for right now, I'm going to keep doing them the way I was. But Alex, I explained that in other videos. 22-sided dice for the major arcana. 22 I substitute for the 0. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana. I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element. Boom. Alright, that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. That being said, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we got for Libra? I've got such a positive charge of energy. I don't know where it came from. As soon as I was getting ready to do your reading, and I've done all but one at this point, yours just is punching through with a lot of positive energy. We're going to find out in a minute why, but like, I've just got this huge charge of positive energy. So, what are we doing is a great question. Well, all the cards, none of the cards are bad at all, but there's a very interesting one coming up. Life journey at the bottom here. So it's time to move forward. I feel like it's time. You got the death card and the world card. All right, I'm getting flooded here. A lot of positive energy, but it's kind of like maybe it's time to make a change. And maybe this is more about how you want it to happen, and it's kind of like, you know, I'm not looking to control anybody. I don't have any interest in that anyway. And maybe I don't need to and still get what I want. Maybe I can just kind of like bon voyage this situation. Bon voyage? Am I saying that wrong? I'm probably saying that wrong. Bon voyage? Bye-bye. That type of thing. In a positive way. Like, I don't think no harm, no foul, but it's like where I want to go, where somebody else wants to go, not matching, and maybe it doesn't have to matter. Maybe I can make a shocking change that they're not expecting, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Maybe some people don't have to like me, and I don't have to be upset about that. Interesting. Very positive energy. It's like a punch of strong positive energy here. I don't know. I feel like this comes if you read it off paper, I don't feel like it makes sense in the sense of like maybe I can make changes and it doesn't matter if people like me, but not in like a negative way. But it's kind of like I can't make choices in the sense of like what suits other people. You got a lot of strength coming forward. You got a lot of conflict internally here. Kind of like I know people have expectations, but maybe it's time to step away from those expectations and just accept like, you know, they may not like me for it, but that's okay. Okay, there's more energy coming in here. Whatever the situation is, I feel like you're breaking outside of the bounds of it. You don't have to be dealing with a Taurus. Sometimes this talks about Taurus energy. This energy is neither good nor bad for you. Neither good nor bad, but there's a very strong structure here that I feel like whatever you're dealing with could be an institution, could be a person, combination of something else, whatever it is for you. But it's kind of like there's a lot of rules and boundaries that are meant to keep people where they want them. Could be an institution, could be a person. Something like this has been set up. And the reason this has been set up is however this was set up, it was believed that this is for best case scenario. This is what will serve the majority of people the best. The thing is, with these things, not everybody, like, I don't believe in one size fits all for anybody. I don't even believe in one size fits most. I believe that, like, you gotta look at a situation and you have to decide what works and what doesn't for you, take what you want and leave the rest. And if none of it fits, then you just go on to something else. This situation in the past, I feel like you believed in it more than possibly you currently do. Maybe in the beginning it's kind of like, okay, that makes sense, okay, that's cool. Over your time with it, you've discovered some things and you're like, all right, I see why. I don't agree with that. I see why, but I don't agree with that. Or it could also have been, I see why it was, but was no longer applies here anymore. Was has gone on. Current energy is different than what it was. So I do feel like you're already probably keeping it to yourself, but you're acknowledging that internally, and this is what's creating the conflict. The situation has maybe run its course for you. Doesn't mean the situation is over for everybody, but maybe for you, you're like, you know what? Whatever this is, a portion of it, maybe all of it, depends on how you feel, is no longer working. It's time to reset the stage. And I say that carefully. Maybe not just as reset the stage as like you're thinking of a stage and it's like that play we were doing, man, it's kind of old. Let's get a new play. Let's get new sets. Let's get new people maybe. Maybe like, you know what, maybe this stage isn't for me anymore. This is inside. I want to be outside. I'm going to go to a different place where there's an outside theater. Or maybe where we can do this on a hillside where it's maybe not the conventional way people would do it, but everybody can see us if we do it on a hillside and we can set this up a different way. It's kind of like this has become outgrown. I've outgrown this. And this what was is no longer applicable here anymore. And I feel like this is why the conflict is here. It's outgrown. Something is outgrown. Either you've outgrown it, it's outgrown itself, something is outgrown here. And there's a lot of structure here where it's not like, I don't feel like I'm judging the past. I feel like I'm assessing the future. Does that make sense? I'm not judging the past as much as I'm assessing the future. Okay, that I can let it go. Because there's a whole new era coming in. I feel with Kathumi, we have a whole new era. A lot of times this makes me feel like the world energy too. It's just how I read it. It's how it just hits for me. It's kind of like I have all these choices in front of me. I have all these choices in my hand. Where do I really feel like this should go next? And am I going to make that happen? Yeah, that's kind of what I feel about this. What do I feel like it should be? And am I going to make that happen? You're taking your time. But I feel like there's a lot of positive energy. This happy card here, oh my God, there's so much positive energy with this. So I'm not trying to like, I feel like I'm just like, it sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your butt. I really just, I don't know. I only have one more left of this series. And this is the only one I've felt this strong of positive energy for. But I'm like, poof, it's just like, I could really do something here that I want, and I have the power to do it. And it's not about other people liking it. And that might be like a little bit of a challenge. Because I do think that Libra is very compatible, very considerate of how other people are affected. You're not looking to use or run over or take advantage of anybody. And nor would I think you would make a choice that would do so. But it's kind of like setting the stage for yourself, putting yourself in that position where you're like, you know what? Maybe it's just my turn to have what I want. Maybe you've done a lot of things to help other people move forward, and maybe it's your turn to move forward. Every once in a while, you getting what you want the way you want is not a bad thing. Maybe it's your turn in the sun. Don't you get a turn? I think it's time for you to have a turn. Don't you? Shouldn't you? I feel like your life journey is saying your turn is coming. It's your turn to be in the front. It's your turn to get what you want. It's your turn. Because not for nothing, even when you get what you want, even if it goes exactly the way you want, it's always balanced. Anyway, because you're not the only one who makes out. You do look out for other people. I feel like you can't help yourself but do it. So even like you getting what you want and maybe having that little piece of like, oh, is this really fair? You'll always balance it out. You can't help yourself. I feel like you can't help yourself. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I feel like you can't help yourself but make it fair for everybody anyway. So even in a slight moment where you feel like maybe I'm being a little bit too much, won't last. You will still balance it out. You can't help yourself. A new energy coming in. I feel like this is backing up the Cthulhu. We also have literally the World card coming in. New era. This is floating past you. Like you have an opportunity you can take. I'm also getting that if this situation is hitting, there are changes happening either way. So how do I explain this? It's kind of like, this reminds me of like when I was in high school. At one point they had to shut down the school and people had to go different places. Actually, I think this was after I was in high school. I think this happened to other people. But like for one reason or other, they had to shut down the school. I forget what happened. And people had to go different places. So it's kind of like, okay, it's coming anyway. I'm going to have to make a choice. I'm going to have to do things differently either way. I might as well do what I want. The thing is, you're going to see the writing on the wall before it gets there. I kind of get that with the automatic writing. Automatic writing literally means something else, I know, but I'm getting like seeing the writing on the wall is what I keep feeling with this. I'm going to feel like it's coming in. I'm going to see that writing on the wall. I'm going to hear it here. I'm going to hear it there. I'm going to know it's kind of coming. So this is kind of an intuitive card in my opinion. When it comes in, you have a choice. You can look out for everybody else, and you will look out for yourself a little bit too. I know that. Ironically, in this moment, they're like, this isn't going to serve you the best at this point, and it's not going to serve everybody else at this point. It may seem like it if you go in with that attitude where, all right, this is good for me, what's good for everybody else. It makes sense why you would want to. But this is a moment meant for you. This is a moment where if you choose for you and get what you want, once you're there, you'll then redistribute. You'll still do what you need to do. You're still going to be a fair person. It's not going to go away, and it's not bad. They're saying decide what you want. Get what you want. Get what makes you the happiest. Don't think about everybody else in this moment. I feel like that's a lot to ask, but like don't think about everybody else. Allow you to get what you want. This is your turn. Once you get there, you will redistribute. You will. I'm saying like you are who you are. You're very giving. I feel like Libras are very giving, especially to people they care about. You know what I mean? I really do feel like you guys are very giving. So taking this one moment is not a bad thing. Getting what you want, reestablishing what you want, and putting that in a solid place will give you more strength and allow you to do better for everybody that you're going to do anyway. It'll structure it in that moment a lot stronger and give you a lot more leadership ability is what I'm getting. The word leader is right there. Bam. Right in my brain. So it'll give you that and allow you to be more and do more and have it work out the way you really feel like it should versus if you go this other route to begin with, I feel like you have to work with other people and it doesn't give you as much strength and power as you could actually have. Not that you want to be like a power monger, but you know what I mean? It could work out better. If you decide to go that way, all right. I know these are good cards, but still, I want to be, like, let's be on point with them, you know? Empress, half in, half out, in the it's the Nine of Swords reversed. The Nine of Swords reversed. That's the release of stress. All right. If you're able to choose what you want and get it the way you want, other elements will patch in, but I don't know, patch in is the word I'm getting. The other elements will patch in. I don't know. Because this is like, the Four of Wands to me is a lot of times a contract card, something being built in a stable way, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, but it's stably there. And then it is a fire card though. And then the Emperor is also a fire card, talks about Aries. There's this energy patching in that's going to keep it on the level, and it's an energy that can really make this strong. Your opposites in the zodiac, you and Aries, doesn't have to mean an Aries is coming in, but this could be one of those energies that's very interesting to me because the commonality you have with Aries, astrologically, which this doesn't have to be literally an Aries person, but the commonality you have with that, very much into the truth of a situation, the honesty of a situation. You have totally different ways to handle that, but between the two of you, if you can make peace with that energy, it won't ever be comfortable, but you can grow leaps and bounds and bring the situation to so much fruition, so much so much prosperity, so much abundance working together, more than you would working apart. And this energy will come in, and I'm getting like, as long as you can make peace with it and feel and see the benefits of it, have the gratitude of it, you can create a whole new situation that can be so beneficial. It won't ever be completely comfortable. It just won't, but it can be like, it's kind of like, if I was going to equate it to money, I feel like that's the easiest way to go. But doing it on your own, it's like maybe you make $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month. Working with this, you're making $50,000 a month. $50,000 a month. It's not ever completely comfortable, but is the difference in outcome worth it for you? I feel like you'll end up with this if you choose what you want and you go and you take that moment. This energy will patch in. Again, it will never be totally comfortable, but it will give 10 times the benefit than if you did it on your own. That synergy will be unbelievable. Are we good? I think that's it. I like that. It feels good. I feel like I really feel good about this. So it punched in. The energy's kind of subsiding now, so I feel like whatever I needed to say with it, I feel like we're good. So hopefully that's helpful. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.